In his first interview since taking up the No. 2 job at the Nets' parent company, BSE Global, Michael Wandel reports that the Big Three of Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving and James Harden have pushed the franchise brand to new heights. Even with the pandemic emptying Barclays Center, Wandel, executive vice president and chief commercial officer, told Terry Lefton of Sports Business Journal he can see numbers jump. The addition of the superstars has amped up every business metric. Lefton quoted Wandel as saying, "Social media has exploded, as have sales of Nets licensed merchandise at the team's online store and TV ratings, particularly since the arrival of Harden. Here are some specifics. The Nets' James Harden welcome graphic was the team's most engaged Instagram post of all time, and that same post on Twitter drew 7 times the number of the team's followers on that social media site. Online revenue for netsstore.com has nearly doubled online sales from all of last season, and we aren't to All-Star break yet." In the first 2 weeks of Harden's time in New York, Nets ratings on Yes surpassed Knicks ratings on MSG despite the Knicks' surprising season. In fact, Wandel noted, ratings on Yes Network are up 69% overall since Harden's first game with the team on January 16. Of course, it's not just the local ratings. The Nets are pumping up numbers for the national broadcasters. 4 of the Nets' 5 games on their current West Coast swing are being broadcast nationally, on ABC, TNT and ESPN. The Nets-Clippers game on TNT earlier this month averaged 1.6 million viewers to garner a 32% increase in viewership on TNT over last year's corresponding game. In New York, the game averaged 196,000 total viewers, peaking at 339,000 during the 10 o'clock to 10:15 p.m. quarter hour as the game came to an exciting close. Wandel, who was hired in mid-December, had most recently served as Senior Vice President of Global Partnerships with Dodgers. Prior to that, he was Vice President of International Business Development at the NBA, where he focused on creating large-scale global partnerships across Asia, India, Africa, Europe, and the Americas. His tenure with the NBA also included time in Beijing and Shanghai overseeing all business development for NBA China. With the Nets, he's responsible for BSE Global's ticket sales, corporate hospitality and global marketing partnerships, as well as the long-term brand strategy for the company. He told Lefton that Nets ownership, led by Joe and Clara Wu Tsai, was a big factor in his decision to join the Nets, as was the organization's international ambitions. "You had a team with new ownership, in the know. One market with a committed ownership group and a desire to sell internationally," Wandel said. "That made it more interesting and relevant to me than any property.